was put on Grey Wolf's head, and that's how I came to hunt him in the mountains. Mountains so high they tickled the nether regions of heaven.
Ok, tengo el mouse muy sensible.
Grey Wolf was a Chiricahua Apache medicine man who had led a war party in revenge for a massacre against his people. The U.S. Army had attacked his tribe during his daughter's sacred sunrise ceremony, and the slaughter was unspeakable. I understood his anger, as there's nothing more traumatic than seeing those you love die in a cruel and painful death.
Ok.
Right from the beginning, I couldn't shake the feeling that Grey
Loba.
Wolf was
Es
watching
Link.
my every move. He led a band of young Apache warriors
jugando
who
Twilight
wanted
Princess.
retribution and were
Te
more
imaginas,
than willing
estaría
to
buenísimo
die for
Twilight
him.
Princess. Porque buen juego que lo jugué en la Wii, Ah, da 15 igual.
They saw me before I saw them. And it crossed my mind that maybe this wasn't such a good idea. But now that the shooting had started, there was no backing down.
Tengo escopeta. Tengo esta. Esta suena bonito, pero no es tan buena. Prefiero más la escopeta normal que la de doble cañón. Ni uno menos.
It was rugged country, the winter home of the Chiricahuas, and that's why they had retreated there.
Upa, esa bala te la esquipé como un campeón.
I admit to having some regrets about going after them the way I did. But then again, I got a lot of those.
Did you find Grey Wolf?
Not at that moment, but I did find the entrance to their hideout.
Verga, la repare de pecho. Chúpate esa.
A deep crevice that led to a deeper cave.
Don't tell me you went in there.
Yeah, but it's not out of bravery so much as pure, angry cussedness.
Carneando. Me paso el día carneando. Ni uno menos.
See, back then, I had a stubborn streak a mile wide, and I wasn't about to back down.
So it was like pitch black in there?
Actually, it was pretty well lit. They had torches on the wall.
En todos los huevos.
How big was this cave? Big as hell, Ben. Chiricahua had hid out there during the Indian Wars.
Ok. No sé, acá si me llueven tantos enemigos, este es el camino correcto. Voy a ver el que es incorrecto. Ok, este era el incorrecto. Y no me llevaba, no había nada. Pues se me congelan los dedos. Pero ya moriste, cabrón.
They thought it was haunted with the ghosts of those murdered by the horse soldiers.
Pero si he visto a alguien ahí.
Cave was haunted with dead Indian ghosts?
Espíritus chocarreros. Pero si le di ese.
To be honest, I was more concerned with the live ones than the dead ones.
en la cabeza. Ok, abajo qué habría. Ah, no hay nada, Son caminos
How come
alternativos.
you know so much about engines?
A few years back, I was married to 2 Mescalero women.
At the same time?
Yeah, they were sisters. Polygyny is traditional among the
¿No hay un camino
Mescalero.
ahí? Ah, no.
So what happened?
Oh, I had to get out of there. Those girls never shut up. Both of them nagging at me all the time. Drove me half crazy. Haven't seen them since.
No, I mean, what happened with Grey Wolf?
Oh, well, I pursued him into the Cave of Death.
Ok. ¿Va a haber acá un hombre con cuchillos?
I came upon this flooded grotto, and that's when I saw him. He came to me unarmed and unafraid. His voice echoed in the shadows, and I sensed he meant me no harm.
You carry great darkness in your heart, and if you do not release it, it will claim your soul.
The sound of his voice put some kind of ancient Indian spell on me.
Ok.
As his story unfolded
Opa.
in my mind,
You will come to this place again and kill many more men, and the darkness will grow until it consumes everything that you are. The soul would have no rainbow if the eye had no tears.
he said I was a great warrior, a coyote man, unequaled by any other pale-faced warrior, or something like that.
The snakes will bite shadows of your past until a venom poisons your heart, and an echo of the song of the dead summons the spirits deep from within the mountains.
I didn't quite get what he was saying, but there was definitely snakes. And indeed, his warriors surrounded me and attacked me like hungry wolverines. They couldn't stop me, though, and Grey Wolf wasn't in the mood for idle talk. I swear I couldn't see any way out of this trap. But suddenly, one just appeared. Kind of like a miracle.
Pobre, de las drogas. Las drogas, eso es. Voy a agarrar primero yo. Después, ya que estoy, voy a ponerme, ya que subí los niveles. Vamos a poner esto. ¿Qué hace esto? Prefiero más esto.
I felt like I would be lost in that damn cave forever. Finally, I found myself back outside, perched on the edge of a precipice, overlooking a thundering Whitewater River.
Si le había dado la S, ¿por qué no me detectó la S? Dijo S, pa, le doy y dice no. Ah, qué suerte, yo pensaba... Me olvidé de correr y menos mal que el juego fue... Ahí fue piedoso el juego.
I chased after him, determined to make him explain the meaning of all that mumbo-jumbo.
Mumbo-jumbo's right. Are you making this all up as you go?
A few details may be fuzzy, brother, but I am relating exactly what happened.
Ah, verga. Me maté.
There were dozens of Apache warriors aiming at me from on high.
Dozens?
Well, maybe not dozens, but there was a lot of them.
At least 3 or 4.
Well, more than that, little lady.
La repareza de pecho. Creo que no. Ahora sí.
A steep climb up creek ahead of me and scrambled up those rocks like a mountain goat. I was determined to locate Grey Wolf and find out exactly what the hell he was trying to tell me.
Perfecto.
And wouldn't you know it,
Ah, bueno, me
that
baja
crafty
directamente el
son of
juego.
a bitch led me right into a trap.
What kind of trick?
Well, son, there had to be at least 100 Apaches around it.
100?
God be my witness.
Oh, come on. Who you kidding?
Hey, I believe you. Come on, tell us how it
Okay.
ended.
Ah,
All
tiene
right,
las
but I'm not
heladas.
gonna drag this out. Where were we?
You were surrounded by 100 Apache warriors.
Well, I didn't take the time to count them exactly, but there were a lot of them.
Pues estoy revendido acá.
And in the end, a path appeared before me that I had not seen before.
Ok.
I followed it as I desperately needed to find out what Grey Wolf was trying to tell me. But it was like that son of a bitch disappeared into thin air.
Twilight Princess. O eso le di fuerte a las drogas.
Never
Se
did
me
find
congelan
him.
las manos.
And never did collect my goddamn bounty.
Frío. Perfecto. Tengo la pantalla de carga.
It was early morning. One of my friends was a local gunsmith, and he handed out firearms to anybody who'd take one. You see, the Daltons got it in their heads to rob 2 banks at the same time. 2 banks on the same damn street.
Shoot him, Emmett!
Story was Bob Dalton's girl was always riding him about how he had no
Ah, aliado.
ambition. Oh, you're nobody next to Jesse James, she'd say. Finally, the bastard took his brothers to Coffeyville just to shut her up.
Right. It's always the woman's fault.
Well, the locals recognized the Daltons right off. Before they could get away, half the town took up arms to defend their property. Their first mistake was
we got
pulling
us
a
a
job
hero.
in their own
Put some
damn
holes in 'em.
hometown.
Y uno menos.
The brothers paid dearly for their stupidity, but everybody knows they had it coming.
There's more to it than that. I read all about that day, so I know for a fact that it went down very differently.
Perfecto.
First of all, it was high noon. A posse of U.S. deputy marshals were on the rooftop across the street.
Get ready, boys. They're gonna make a move.
The lawmen had been tracking the Daltons for months, and now they finally had them dead to rights. Among them was a bounty hunter feared by many a lawbreaker. This man had no intention of letting the Daltons slip away. They met an adversary that day who had no fear and offered them no quarter. The marshals tried to get the Daltons to surrender.
They'll give up eventually. We just gotta wait the son of a bitches out.
This bounty hunter knew that the brothers were far too proud to ever lay down their guns. So he went in there alone to confront those criminals.
Ok.
One of the marshals shouted, "Where are you going? Are you crazy?"
Hey, where do you think you're going, dumbass? That rifle's mine.
¿Hay algo más ahí? ¿Dónde? Casi me hago un vergazo.
But he paid him
Ahí
no
me hice el
mind.
vergazo.
He saw a way to get around to the back of the bank. Then he figured out how to hit the Daltons from a direction they weren't expecting. From above. Fortunately, a water tower was
Ok, la
right
puerta
there.
no. ¿Hay algo allá? Primero voy a revisar allá. No. ¡Oh! Hijo de puta.
A moment later, he was climbing up a steep ladder, laughing at danger as he did. It was brave men like him who risked their lives to tame this wild country.
We've got company.
Heroic men like him, who did what other men couldn't or wouldn't to make this country free. Like Jim Bowie and Davy Crockett, who died defending the Alamo.
Lo que pasa es que este no está tan bueno como parece. Ah, bueno, la pistola se evaporó. Mierda. Así que una que agarra esto no... Ahí está, no. ¿Dónde está mi pistola dorada? Wow, se fue mi pistola dorada a Disney.
Is that Silas Greaves? Son of a bitch! Gonna make you one sorry son of a bitch! You can't hide from me! Timed up! God damn him! I ain't backing down!
¿No hay billulla para mí? No hay billulla.
Over there! That's Silas Greaves! What the hell? God damn you!
Blam! Came away victorious, taking down those thieving Daltons.
Oh, que lo comparte munición. Ok, no tengo... Ah, acá. Ah, no, acá. Sí.
You're dead!
His name was Silas Greaves, and when the dust finally
Llegó
settled,
el lechero.
he was the last man standing.
Sorry, kid, but that just wasn't the way it happened. It was early evening, not high noon. I was late to the party, and Coffeyville was already up in arms. The Daltons blew up a safe, and were all set to hightail it out of there.
Ok.
Those pathetic deputies surrounding the bank were dropping like flies.
No sé qué pasó. Perfecto.
I've been tracking those jokers for months, waiting for them to do something reckless.
Blank him!
Ok, voy a hacer un ataque a distancia con una escopeta recortada.
Those stupid bastards decided to rob two banks at the same time in the same town where everybody knew them. But they still had friends in Coffeyville.
Shoot, I dare you! He has it coming! Waste your bullets. Go ahead! Keep shooting. I don't mind. Shit! Ah!
Ok, ese fue mi último explosivo. Voy a ver si puedo agarrar pistola de estos. No tiene pistola. Y no tiene pistola. Ahora sí que valí verga.
I'm indestructible. You can't.
Un buen headshot.
ain't bothered me none.
Ok, entonces es el lugar correcto. Ah. Ok, no sé qué tengo que hacer, pero algo tengo que hacer.
Hey, we got us a hero. Put some holes in him.
Those friends came after me like a pack of wild dogs, tooth and nail. They were coming at me from all directions. I caught sight of the Daltons running with the money and didn't want to lose them. Problem was, they knew the town better than I did. And to
Get
top
those
it off,
boys.
I
Shoot
found
them
myself
down.
in the middle of
They ain't
another
getting away
shootout
with this.
entirely.
Come on.
Did
we
the
gotta
Daltons
get out of
stay
here.
up in
Think
somebody's
they know
house?
who we are.
No, it was
How
the
stupid idea
Smiths,
was
I
this?
believe. They were cousins of the Daltons, and they were shooting at the Browns, who were shooting at the Daltons, which wasn't any surprise, because those two families have been feuding forever.
Me marqué un 2 por 1.
And since the Joneses are related to the Browns, they shot at the Smiths, pissing off the Heimhoffers, whose daughter recently married a Smith. Well, bullets were flying every which way as all the old feuds in Kansas caught fire all at once. There was a hell of a lot of pissed off people in Coffeyville that day. But that's just the way life is sometimes. Shit happens.
¿No me parece una pistola? Acá. Perfecto, voy con la pistola hace un rato.
God damn him to hell.
Oh, está de carga rápida. Lo que merece es el médico. Limpio, limpio. Y limpio.
The Dalton boys knew I would never give up. Those Daltons weren't the sharpest knives in the drawer, but they always stood together. They set a trap to slow me down and allow at least two of them to escape. The third brother stayed behind to plant me, just in case that trap of theirs didn't work.
Que siento que me vine acá de una, ¿eh? ¿No es acá? Ok, no. Turururu, 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 turururu. Ok, acá. Ah, no había acá.
It was Emmett, the youngest, and he decided to stand his ground and face me down.
I ain't afraid of you, Silas Greaves. This is where it ends for you.
He was determined to protect his brothers. And I understood how he felt. Taking me on all by his lonesome wasn't exactly a recipe for a long time.
Gonna beat you like a red-headed stepchild. You are dead, law dog! I'm gonna tear you apart! I'm gonna plant you where you stand!
Pero cabrón.
But Emmett Dalton survived the robbery
Ay,
in Coffeyville.
ni uno
He's
menos.
the only Dalton who did.
They say he was shot 23 times.
Well, Dwight, who do you think put all those damn holes in him?
Perfecto.
But I have to admit, that boy had grit.
Uf.
We'll get those suckers!
It took me a
Vale.
couple of days to track the Daltons down.
Vamos a sacar hasta acá. Vale.